Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever part of the world you're in. I just want to talk to you guys about commitment and how important it is, but not to no, I'm not talking about just commitment to oneself or relationship. I'm talking about the commitment that we have with God. Most of us are not committed to anything except ourselves, which is a very selfish act of the human. That's the human mind some of us have. But the spiritual mind will let you know that you need to connect to God before you can connect anything else in the world. If God is not a part of your life and a commitment that you have put yourself in place in line with Him, most of the thing you're going to do for yourself in life is going to be hard, falling apart, and not in a good place. So I want to take this time to read some verse out of my Promise to You book from the New International Version. This was a gift. It was a great gift. Never knew how good a gift it was until recently. Because I read the Bible all the time, but to find specific things that this place, verses and stuff where you can read is awesome. I'm going to read from the book of Psalms 37:6. Okay, let's start here. Commit your ways to the Lord. Trust in Him and He will do this. Commit your ways to the Lord. Trust Him and He will do this. So if you commit yourself to God, know that the things He said He will do, He will do. But it all comes up with commitment, committing yourself. Proverbs, 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and your plans will succeed. So it tells you here, if God is not a part of your plan, if you're not doing it in a just way and in line with God and the goodness of God, whatever it is, it will not succeed. But if you do it with the commitment of God, whatever it is you do that is right, God will help you succeed. A lot of us fail in this part in life because we want to do things our way, the way we want. And not saying that things are not going to succeed if we want it, but if God is not in it or a part of it, it will fail. And the same thing that you fail now can be successful later on down the line if God is in the plan of it. So that's the difference. Okay? So just know that if you put God more into your life, that things that you do will be prosperous. They will be more prosperous for you. Your heart must, it says here, Kings, right? Kings 8:61. I need to get a different glasses. Okay, 8:61. I think of my reading glasses. Your heart must be fully committed to the Lord, our God, to live by His decree and obey His command at this time. So it tells you here, your heart must be fully committed, not half committed, like the way you do in relationships. You're half in, you're half out. With God, you have to commit everything. With God, you cannot have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You have to commit to yourself. And the thing about committing yourself to God, a lot of times, we want everything to happen fast and quick. But God knows what's best for us. And sometimes He's slow with the gifts because we're not in a place where we can accept it and be at good peace. So because of that, we ourselves have to understand that every time things we ask for is not given when we want it, it's not because God doesn't care. It's because He actually cares. Because most of us, if He gives us everything we want, we'd be overwhelmed. We don't even know what to do with the listings we have, and we haven't committed ourselves. When you don't commit yourself to something, how can it fall through? Psalms here, 132, verse 12. If your son keeps my covenant and it says here, I teach them their ways. The Son will sit at your throne forever and ever. So if you basically put yourself in a place of goodness and learn what you need to learn, you will be able to succeed. Basically, this is what's telling you, you'll be able to succeed at whatever your plan is. And it won't be a temporary fix. It will be a permanent fix. And that's the problem we have too in life. Everybody wants things to be right there, right then. And most of us do not commit. Some of us don't even commit to our own self. We don't even do things that we plan for ourselves to say, oh, today I'm going to, for an example, if you decide this week here, I'm going to... let's say I'm going to cut my hair, or I'm going to shave today, or whatever it is that you do on a day. I go to the gym, or whatever it is, I'm going to run, or whatever it is that you do, your activity basically you do daily. And you start slacking in your own activity for yourself. To me, if you can't commit to your own self, you definitely will not commit to anyone else, because a person who treat themselves well will treat others well. And majority of the time I find it that people who don't commit to themselves will never commit to other people. Physically, emotionally, financially, however you want to place it, they will not commit. They will start doing it in the beginning and they will do okay, but slowly, gradually, you'll see they will disappear. It will disappear. And that's because they didn't really commit themselves. They didn't fully commit themselves to do it. It wasn't something that they prayed on. It wasn't something they really wanted to do. People do a lot of things to impress people. They do a lot of things to get you, like in relationships. They say the way you meet someone is how you keep them, which is the truth. If you meet someone and you spend money on them all the time and take them out, and then all of a sudden you want them to not, and then things start, the money, financial start withering away, and the relationships start falling apart, and then you say, I don't know why, but then you remember, like, the person say, oh, you don't take me out, you don't do this anymore, and the person feel like, this is how you met me, this is how you're supposed to keep me. But then a person with understanding will figure out, like, not everything that starts out well ends well. And in relationships, there's going to be a lot of up and down. But people take more opportunity to walk away than they actually stay to fix their problem. And that's lack of commitment. When you commit to something, whether studying, fixing something, doing something personally for yourself, or committing yourself to God, it has to be in. All the way with your heart, not partially, not one leg in, one leg out. And that's why a lot of people are having a hard time sticking with the things they have to do in life. It says here, Deuteronomy, right? 23:21. If you make a vow to the Lord your God, do not slow to pay it, for the Lord your God will certainly demand it of you, and you will be guilty of sin. So you hear that? For all you people who like to make promises to people, promises is a big commitment too. People make promises and they don't keep them. They figure, hey, things happen, I'm human. That's the thing that people like to use. Okay, if you know you're human, then maybe you shouldn't make a promise that you can't keep. Because humans break promises all the time. But we know it's wrong to break promises, but yet we do it, yet we make them. So that tells me right there, if you know it's wrong, then you also know it's wrong when you break it. So maybe you shouldn't. If you know you can't commit to yourself, then you can't commit to other people. Don't make promises. Promises is a big commitment. And when you say you promise something, someone expects you to stick to it. It's a commitment. Promise is actually a commitment that you've made. When you make a commitment to God, saying, oh, you get married, you said for better, for worse, to sickness and health, of death do us part. That's a commitment you made. Not just with the person, but you made a commitment with God, because God is the one who created relationships and want marriage. That's from God. So it's not like something earthly thing that someone decided, okay, I want to be married for richer, for poor, for sickness and the dead do us part. Yeah, this is something that God is a God of relationships, and he wants people to be together and stuff like that. So when you walk away from your marriage, you walk away from God. And this is why a lot of people are unhappy. If you can't commit to God, you can't commit to anyone else, you can't commit to yourself, you're just lost. So learn that in order for you to have certain things in life, there has to be a commitment, 100% commitment. Not 50% commitment, not 80% commitment, 100% commitment. And I know a lot of people have a hard time with that. But this is something you have to pray and walk through. If you love your God, your Father gave you heaven, that created heaven and earth, who gave you life, know that you're here because of him. His plans is to make you successful in life and to live a decent life, but a lot of us are going about and doing things our way instead of the God way. So because of that, we lack understanding and knowledge and stuff like that. So I'm telling you, if you haven't placed your trust in God 100%, you haven't committed yourself basically to God, your life is going to be a big circle. Take the opportunity starting up today or whenever you view this message to change and commit yourself more to God so he can bless you and put you in a place of a good spirit. And let everything that you touch be a blessing to you and the people around you, because when you don't commit yourself to something, like I said, you're going to be walking in a circle for a very long time. And some of us are going to be circling for years before we actually wake up and realize that we're on a roller coaster. You know, and some people like to use that a lot. Life is a roller coaster. You know, life is a roller coaster, but it can be a smooth ride or a rough ride. You know, depends on you, where your commitment lie, what the God you serve, if you're doing things out of kindness, generosity, and out of the heart, because God examines our hearts. He doesn't examine our garments. And a lot of people walking around with nice cars, nice clothes, nice jewelry, all these nice out exterior, but their inside is dirty. The inside are very dirty. And you can hide from human beings. You can pretend all day that you're something, but God knows your heart. He knows who you are. So that's why a lot of people, the commitment that you claim that you have, you don't have it. When you commit to someone or something, is 100% in. And a lot of us are not committed. So because of that, we fail in life. Having all these fancy things in life doesn't measure up to God. So do yourself a favor. Commit yourself to God. Commit yourself from your heart. Commit yourself to the people around you. Make sure you're a blessing and not a curse to the people around you. And do the right thing before it's too late for you. The God we serve, He gave you an opportunity. He gave you a choice to choose Him or not choose Him. He's not forcing anyone to be with Him. He gave us a choice. Free will was a choice He gave us. Some of us are not making it with Him, and some of us are going to the opposite direction. I want to say to all my brothers and sisters out there, turn yourself, commit yourself to God, because at the end of the day, you're here temporary, and when you leave this place, this temporary place, know that the Father is there waiting for you, and that's some place you want to be. You don't want to be. The way the world is living right now is like living in hell. People are killing each other. Relationships are falling apart. Greed. The world is not the place that it's supposed to be because of humanity, the unkindness. Everyone's being unhuman. It's like not being human at all. So when people say I'm human, I'm going to make mistakes and this and that, to me is another excuse to do the wrong thing. And we all know when we're doing the wrong thing, because we have that little voice inside of us that say, oh, you're doing the wrong thing. They teaches us that is our conscience, but to me it's God speaking to us. He's teaching us, He's letting us know when we're doing the wrong thing. He gave us that so we could know when we're committing sin against Him. But a lot of us just say screw it and we just get past it. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for listening and share this message. May it find the person you need to find. Like I always say, if I get to one person, then I've done my job. My job on this earth right now is to please God and not to please man, because you can never please man. Because we all know if Jesus was ridiculed and beaten and put on the cross for our sinners, then who are people not to judge us and don't like? But I'm not living for God. I'm living for God. Don't live for humans. That understanding. So when you live for God, you know that everything that you're doing, you're living for God and not other people. Because the reality of it is, like I said, you can't please humans. Humans are hard to please, but people can be content. Contentment is a big thing. Contentment is know wherever you are, you're content wherever your life is at, your situation, your relationship, your finance and stuff. And once you get content, God can open up more doors for you. Learn to be content. Commit yourself to God. Commit yourself to the people that you say you love and the things around you that's positive. Let God be a part of it. If God is not a part of it, it will not succeed. Whatever is for you, it will be for you. Remember, the devil also holds your blessing from you because of the commitment that you lack to put in with God. So know that if you commit yourself, you can hold on to your blessings temporarily, and you will have to let go eventually. And that will happen when you serve God, when you wholeheartedly serve God 100%. And I'm saying this because I'm in a great place. I'm in a peace. And when you're at peace, I'm telling you, it's a wonderful feeling. Nothing can really upset you. People can't upset you. You're at peace. You're at peace with God. And it's a great feeling to know I trust in Him 100%. He has never disappointed me. I'll put my everything into God because He gave me life. The life I have belongs to Him and not to me. And because of that, I will always be committed to Him until He calls me home. Anyway, that's all I have right now for you guys. Hope you have a blessed day. May God find a place for you of peace, because He said you can have peace on earth. May you be a crutch to your family in a good way and not hinder them. May God continue to watch over you guys and bless you wherever part of the world you're in. You have a great day, or a great night, or a great evening, or a great morning. Bye.